Hey y'all, and welcome to Janet being Janet. Okay, so I stayed awake to watch this interview that Miss Kaiti did with Ashley Banfield. And I was expecting like a good solid 20 minutes or so, so I would have plenty to say, right? Well, guess what, guys? She got it around 5 minutes. Yep, that's what she got. So I'm going to let y'all listen in with me. Okay, let's go.
That you spoke to the FBI about Shin a year ago, when you were swatted by the.
When was she swatted? I think they had the cops, or she had the cops called on her whenever the whole Brian Laundry thing was going on. But I don't remember her ever getting swatted. Y'all correct me in the comments if I'm wrong.
Church, but then got ghosted by authorities. So what's going on?
The authorities don't pay attention to Miss Kaiti because they're so used to all of the drama that surrounds her.
This is a long time coming. I'd say more than just my report to the FBI. There was.
Oh yeah, and it says in the whole caption, investigative journalist Katie Joy joins Banfield to discuss the federal raid of a property part owned by Robert Shin, the subject of Netflix Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult.
Several reports. In fact, I know as far back as March or April of 2022, former members were reporting that.
Were they coming to you, Miss Kaiti? Or were you reaching out to them? What was happening, Miss Kaiti? Come on, I want you to get into real good details for me, especially since you're only getting a short amount of time.
They had reported him to the IRS, and they were reporting him to the IRS because he was converting money through his taking donations through the church and then siphoning that out into his.
Oh, so you're accusing him of fraud. That's what you're accusing him of. And you're not saying these are my opinions or I do believe. You're not saying anything like that. So I'm going to take it as a fact.
For-profit businesses, which is a crime. And he was using tax-free money to start for-profit companies. And so they sat with the IRS.
You can't even maintain eye contact with your own daggum camera. You keep looking left and right. You're trying to find your words.
Back in 2022, I mean, those were the first meetings with the IRS. And then there was multiple FBI reports, the Wilking family.
Oh, she just latched on to the Wilking family, didn't she? She wanted to get all the ins and outs of them just so she would have a story to cover.
Been multiple former members that are not as visible that have reported him to the FBI.
And you've just been pulling legal papers the entire time.
There's been calls to the Department of Labor. Obviously, there's an ongoing case, a civil case, which prompted a report to the California Labor.
A civil case? Is that your case? Are you talking about your case and not letting people know it's your case? Is that what you're doing, Miss Katie?
Department, but also to the EEOC. So, and the mail fraud is.
Hey, quit looking away. Maintain eye contact, because when you look away, people think you're lying.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's just.
You hope this is the beginning of the iceberg when it comes to you getting on the news.
Okay, I mean, that was a long list of agencies that came on this raid. It happened a couple of days ago. We're looking at these aerials.
Keep shaking your head up and down. Why aren't you saying right to her? Well, where's the word right? Where's the word like? Like, I know, like, right?
Of some of the raids. And it's interesting to note that all these people that were out in cuffs, nobody apparently was arrested.
Oh, but you know what? Robert Shin, he's going to be arrested, right, Miss Katie? Ain't that what you said? It's just going to happen.
So that's interesting. I mean, maybe they got what they needed and off they went. I'm not sure. It was Shin.
That is not what Miss Katie wants. Miss Katie wants them all to go down as soon as they possibly can because she doesn't want to spend any more ching-ching on her lawsuit.
Do we know exactly where Shin was?
Yeah, so the property that was raided is actually the one that they saw on camera. That's the Tahunga property. So it has.
That's not the question. Answer the question, Miss Katie. You don't got to go into explanation. Answer the question.
An entire school that's there. It used to be a Christian school that Robert purchased in 2020, and he was going to convert it into a church.
You know way too much about Robert personally himself. Get a hobby.
And then off to the side of that house, that white building that you see there, that's actually like an apartment slash house. And he has a bunch of his members.
I thought an apartment is a house. That's a home. Are you trying to say that they have separate apartments in there? Or are you trying to say they leave dorm life? What kind of establishment is this, Miss Katie? Since you know so much, I need you to explain.
Living there, none of them related, some of them with kids, and they're all just housed there. So the people that you saw detained.
Oh, did you hear? Uh-huh. She can't find them words.
On the news were his son Isaiah, one of his deputies or mentors, Shirley, who was sitting with a baby. There was Matthew.
Yeah, you showed this. Oh, she keeps going. She's going to tell you exactly how deep in this she is.
And who's another mentor. There was young Bin Kim, who's a 2-time convicted armed robber. And then Luke Song, and then Gio. So these are just...
She is so uninterested in Miss Katie. There's no expression on her face.
Members. Robert was actually at his home in Porter Ranch. So Robert owns like a $2 million home with about 5,000 square feet. He
just do like everybody else and just shake your head up and down.
He and his wife, Hannah, who's his third, maybe fourth wife, third within this church.
Wait a second. You don't know what number wife it is, third or fourth? You have no clue? And then why are you even on this show?
22 years younger than him. They live in a home by...
What does age have to do with anything, Miss Katie? Huh? Why do you have to bring up age?
Themselves, and then he houses all of the members like rats.
There's those words like she ain't got nothing to say. She ain't got nothing to say.
And
wow,
they
this
live
is wild. I mean,
Yeah.
This is what
Ashley's having to interrupt her and going, you know what? Shut your mouth.
wild. I mean, first of all, the fact that you know all of those names of everybody that we're looking on the screen.
That's not funny. It's not a good thing. It is not a good thing at all. That tells you how, much she's dug into this case.
Sounds like when we were covering the Diddy case, and like everybody knew the family members coming out, but different story, of course. Members were told to.
So Miss Katie one time did a couple of videos about Diddy, and it's so funny because she was hoping she would get into that whole thing that was going on with him, and nobody watched the videos. No one cared. She tried to tell people that this was a big deal and this, that, and the other, and nobody on her channel cared.
To recruit more people. I want to get into, what this is about, because not everybody has seen the Netflix doc and not everybody knows about the reporting, but members that were in this group, and again, these are allegations that there have been no charges.
Ooh, at least Miss Banfield knows the actual word allegation. Yeah, allegedly, Miss Katie. That's what she's trying to say to you.
Here. But people are coming out and being public now saying that there were reports of people working as mentors. They were told to go out and recruit. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So this church has been going on for like 25 plus years.
Wait a second. She just said one thing. Hey, Miss Katie, talk about this. Talk about this specific thing. She doesn't want you to go off on a rant like you normally do.
Robert's had several iterations of it, so it's not.
They even say Katie Joy. I thought her name was Katie. Is Katie Joy her legal name? I'm wondering that. Is she supposed to use her legal name when she's on TV, or can you just be called whatever you want to be called whenever you're on, YouTube? I'm sorry, YouTube.
Just like brand new. He's recently got into the TikTok world by recruiting these dancers, but Robert has for many years run a cult-like organization.
Everybody's a cult to you. Absolutely everybody is. The Duggars are a cult. The Sister Wives live in a cult. Robert's a cult. People that come after you are cults. Everybody's in a cult.
And what you see today is the product of Robert having to hide from his past because back.
Ooh, let's talk about hiding from somebody's past, Miss Katie. I wonder how many people emailed them not to have you on there. I wonder how many people were like, no, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Obviously not enough, because they didn't do any different. She's on there.
Back in 2008, he had a very large group of young people working for him, and he was
Young people, well, I want to know ages. Come on. I want details, Miss Coyote. If you're going to come up here, I want you to stand strong and give me details.
Accused by no less than 6 women of sexual assault. And in 2008, that church ended up splitting. And
well, obviously, nobody else cares if she says SA. No, I guess she's just allowed to say that everywhere because they're not, telling her no. They're not editing it out.
So he was left with like half the church and the other half went with his sister. And then he changed his name from Israel Shin to Robert Shin. And he
imagine knowing this much information on one quote unquote family. Imagine this. Knowing everybody that is in that family, everybody that has anything to do with Robert Shin, everybody. I'm sorry, I can't remember what I had for dinner tonight.
Added an N to the end of his name. So his name is actually Robert Shin with 1 N, and now he's Robert Shin with 2 N's.
Okay.
So
oh yeah, that makes a really big difference, don't it? That makes a big, huge difference because it's Robert Shin either way.
Single time something blows up, he ends up changing his identity and he moves. And so this Tujunga
every time something blows up with you and anything ever starts happening with you, you automatically pull out that sympathy card that you like to use on Insta and everything, saying don't come after me because I have y'all fill in the blank.
Property is like the 3rd or 4th place he's been because he has to keep moving, and every single time he moves he has to get more and more secretive.
Oh, I'm gonna get so many screenshots of her face. Anybody that takes this serious, then there's something wrong with you. I can't help but laugh at her. She made this sound like it was going to be a big, huge deal. Join me, join me, join me. And she was going to have somebody else hopefully get on there with her, and there ain't nobody there. Miss Katie can't pop a smile. She's monotone as ever. I wouldn't want to interview her.
So today's iteration of it is so much more isolated for the members. It's not,
like I said, go ahead and just sit there and go because that's what Miss Katie wants. She wants that. Yes, ma'am.
just dancers that are involved in this. There are invisible human beings that are being labor trafficked, sex trafficked.
in I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at Miss Katie.
They're having their entire lives controlled. He is dangerous.
Thank you for.
Oh, there it is. She made it 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes is as far as she could make it. All right, that didn't turn out to be anything. In my opinion, everything was my opinion. Everything, this is for entertainment purposes. I laughed because I could not take her serious on this. There's just absolutely no way. But all right, guys, get down there in that comment section and let me know what you think. But until then, I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, holiday, year, whenever you might be watching this. And remember to smile today or make somebody else smile, because it really can make a difference. All right, guys, y'all hit that comment section below and y'all just go ahead and y'all get mad if you need to get mad, laugh if you need a good laugh. Hey, this is all on you. All I do is bring it to you. All right, guys, y'all have a good one for me.